My dear people of Ambazonia, fellow brave warriors of our liberation movement, accept liberation greetings from me, John Akuru, once more. Today is Friday, and today is the 22nd of August 2025. I'm delighted to be back here. Like I said, pardon me, I'm not in our studio, so we're not going to be playing excerpts. We're not going to be looking at excerpts a lot. And I'm still to get to my effective base. And when I do get to my base and return to our studio, we will be able to go back to, watching extracts, those extracts that help illustrate some of the things that I say. And right away, I want to extend hearty thanks to those of you who, after watching my production of the 21st of August 2025, you decided to make some donations to push our liberation struggle forward. I want to thank all of you. I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for your continuous commitment to this liberation movement. I also want to extend hearty salute to those of you who take upon yourself to share the link, share the links of my communications as much as possible. By doing this, you are helping us reach as many people as we need to reach so that these people will continue to be sensitized, will continue to share with us in the education campaign. My people of Ambazonia, I really will not feel comfortable continuing without extending hearty thanks, hearty salutes to our prisoners of war, to our prisoners of conscience who are sprayed in dungeons run by La République du Cameroon across Ambazonia and across some of the main cities of La République du Cameroon, Douala, Yaoundé, Bafoussam, and other places. And also to extend hearty salutes, very hearty salutes, and even give, a kind of, should I say, a heart or a standing ovation to those who continue to put their lives on the line every day so that we will get a free homeland. Those who are continuing to die for our sake. Those who are continuing to recall that the late Molanjo Litumbe would have wished to continue to be with us here and be with us until that day when we shout, free, 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 at last we are free. But unfortunately, he left. And when he left us, he left in the pious hope that we will continue to fight until we get there. The same thing with the late Honorable Justice Aya Paul Abine, who went through all forms of injustices because he dared to raise his voice to say that the people of the southern Cameroons were being dehumanized and were being treated like animals, and that we deserved to stand up for what we believe in. So there are many of them that are gone. I like to say, folks, that all these people, including our brother Ivomba, including Ayeke, including Biebie, in fact, all of them, there's 10 Kobo there, all of those, I don't even know. There are some who I don't know if they are gone or something happened, and there are some who are still waiting to come in, including even the field marshal of the BLM. In fact, all of these people, I'm telling you, I am continuing to honor your memory because the great job that you did, putting your lives on the line so that we should have a free homeland, will never be forgotten. Freedom fighters always get a lot of aspersions cast on them. Freedom fighters always get called a lot of names. Yes, they call them a lot of names until that time when they are able to force people to come to the discussion table. They begin to call them by a new name. That is why I say, whatever you hear today, a day will come where almost all of us will be called by new names. We will be given new names, yes, because of our tenacity, because of our resiliency, because of our focus, because of our determination to continue to fight very hard and to stay firm on what we believe in. My dear people of Ambazonia, there is so much going on right now in La République du Cameroun. A lot is going on there. The thing seems as if it's dead. Places seem as if they are calm, but they are not all that calm. I like to say this and reiterate to our brothers of the southern Cameroons, to our Ambazonian brothers and sisters who are still in the hinterlands of La République du Cameroon, especially in the center, south, and east. Please make hay where the sun shines. get out of those places. Get out of those places while you still possibly can and in good shape. Because you may see the place seem as if everything is calm. Don't take it for what you see. Don't take me for my word if I tell you that the people of La République du Cameroun have already given up and have allowed Ferdinand Gongo and Chantal Biya to get Paul Biya's picture to rule them for another 7 years. Don't take that to the bank. Because as I say, a lot of things might change and are even changing and might change just too fast for you to be able to take any measures to stay safe. This is something you must bear in mind. That said, my people of Ambazonia, I like to take this moment to appeal to the hearts, the minds and consciences of our brothers and sisters who are still serving in the army, in the police force, in the gendarmerie and in the presidential guard of La République du Cameroun. The time is coming when you must answer the home call. If you have continued to stay until now because you are doubting whether what we are fighting for will ever get to fruition, the time is coming when you must not miss the opportunity. We might have started it, but the honors to finish it will lie in your hands. Trust me, when the time comes, you should just have to jump out there, organize yourselves, join those who have been on the front lines all this while, dying as amateurs, but fighting as hard as they could to keep this dream of freedom alive. And make sure you work with them and give them a sense of direction, a greater sense of direction that we should be able to possess our possession, which is the Southern Cameroons, aka Ambazonia. I'm saying this because the moment is coming where you will find yourselves at crossroads. You will find the Bulu Ekambetis fighting to maintain their hegemony. You will find those from the three northern regions, the Adamawa, the north and the far north, fighting to make sure that they seize power for themselves. You will find the Bamelikis fighting to protect their interests. You will find those from the littoral also fighting in their own way to protect their interests. What interest will you be fighting for? Who will you be standing with? Because right now, you see almost everybody still there because they appear to be unified behind Paul Biya that they are hoping one day will die and give them room to start thinking differently. But things are likely to happen not the way you are thinking. And so when this situation occurs, where will you go? Will you still be stupid and sheepish enough to go dying for a people who don't even care for you? And by the way, if you want to die for them, who will you be dying for? For the Bulu Ekangbeti? For the Northerners? For the Bamileke people? Or for the people from the littoral? My dear brothers and sisters of Ambazonia, serving in the armed forces of La République du Cameroun, this time is time for you to begin to reach out to each other, to begin to mobilize, to begin talking among yourselves, to begin determining among yourselves the course of action that you will take when the call of duty comes, because it is going to come. It is inevitable. I insist, it is inevitable. We, without arms, without anything, without the training that you have fought all these 8 years to take this situation right to this point. Because we have always known that a day will come when you will realize that answering the home call, answering the call of duty to serve homeland, to protect homeland, and to send out the invaders will become inevitable. I mean, that call to duty is gradually becoming inevitable. It will get to a point where you yourself, you will realize that that will be your only means of survival. Otherwise, you will end up like a character in Albert Camus' novel. It's in French, L'étranger, where you will find yourself maybe being captured and slaughtered in the name of the French Republic, and you'll be wondering why you'll be slaughtered publicly in the name of the French Republic when you are not French. That will be because you'll be fighting the wrong fight. That will be because you are involved with the wrong people, doing the wrong thing, fighting a war of blame. But there is a legitimate war for you to fight. And that legitimate war is the freedom of your homeland. I've said here before, And I'm repeating it, I'm reiterating it. There is no place like home. None. You can do all of what you are doing there. You are standing, you are watching with your own eyes how they are humiliating the so-called intellectuals from the southern Cameroons who belong to Mr. Paul Biya's crime syndicate called CPDM. You are watching how our funds and our chiefs who used to be revered in the days. Oh, I mourn for the golden days of our fondoms, when the funds and our chiefs knew that their role was to stand up in defense of the interest of their people. That their role was to go the direction that people want them to go and give them leadership. But you are standing by and you are watching them be humiliated today, reduced to beggars, reduced to nincompoops. The cowries they are wearing around their necks now and on their foreheads have become nonsense. They have shamed our traditional stools, and you are seeing that. You have seen even our clergy go and quarter before Ferdinand Gongo and Chantal, holding a meeting with Mr. Paul Biya's picture. None of them have seen him. Don't forget, ever since they announced presidential elections for October 12th in La République du Cameroon and said Paul Biya was candidate, no one has spotted Paul Biya anywhere. Paul Biya has not even come out to make even just a speech to accept the calls from the people crippling on the floors with their stomachs and begging him to be candidate, or to even accept the money purportedly contributed by a desperate set of youths begging him to be their president because they know nothing, because their scores are empty, because they are all jellyfishes. He hasn't even come out to answer their call. He is not even capable of sitting up even in his own palace, at the Unity Palace, to preside at the so-called meetings. Yet, people, those calling themselves our elites, all those ngaputs, carry themselves to Yaoundé and are making frivolous declarations. You are watching them. You are brothers and sisters serving in the armed forces of La République du Cameroon. You are watching them. They are not humiliating only themselves. They are humiliating you. They are humiliating me. The kind of integrity that was built into the southern Cameroons by our forebears, we are seeing it disappear right before our very eyes. You are all sitting there and watching Joseph Jongute being transformed into a marionette, being transformed into an errand boy, reduced to only holding stupid so-called CPDM cultists or cultic meetings in Boya, in Kumba, in Bamenda, in wherever. That is all he has been reduced to. You have heard even citizens of La République du Cameroon go to the rostrum to belittle John Gute. Some have even had the courage to go beg him to just resign, even just in honor of his brothers and sisters being slaughtered on a daily basis in cold blood. You sat by, you watched how Bebe Brandy Tato's life was cut short in Bamenda. You sat by, you watched how Bebe Carolu's life was cut short in Boya. Just a few days ago, you sat by again and you watched how this pregnant woman with her set of twins was shot dead in a taxi along with all the passengers in that taxi by those who call themselves your colleagues. You sit back with them, you drink with them, you shake hands with them, you even dance with them when your people are facing vicissitudes every day. Where is your sense of humanity? Where is your pride as sons and daughters of Ambazonia? Where you are even there, I have statistics, and I'll bring those statistics in the broadcast tomorrow, this Saturday, the 23rd of August, to show how you are being molested yourselves within those forces, be it in the police corps, be it in the gendarmerie, be it in the presidential guard, be it in the B, be it in the special forces, be it in the JPing, be it at the DGRE, wherever. Yet, your head has not started working. But I'm drawing your attention today. It is not too late, because opportunity is knocking at the door. The time for you to rise to the occasion, to wipe the ugly memories of all what I've just talked about here is coming. You don't just sit and wait so that time comes and you start getting confused. The courageous ones among you have to start touching base with each other and asking each other, where are you? What is coming? What is happening? And what is it that is coming before us? I know we continue to fear because of betrayals, but you know each other. I know that when faced with money, you would doubt if you really know someone. But life as a whole is a lottery. Life is a risk. And we must make the effort required before we sit to say we tried and it was more than us. If you are watching me live right now, or if you are watching me as a rebroadcast, I am urging you, make sure you share this video so that it gets to all our brothers and sisters who are serving in the armed forces of La République du Cameroon. Be them gendarmes, be them soldiers, be them in the B, be them the police. Share this video. Let it get to them. Let them get my message. Let them understand me. Those of you who can talk to them, talk to them. Take the inspiration from this communication. Reach out to them and ask them, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? My dear people of Ambazonia, I am saying this because sometimes we sit and we think that things can just happen. No, they won't. They won't just happen. You see, in La République du Cameroon, they know that it's soon going to be messy. And that is why they are now circulating messages, both in French and in English, using fear tactics to try to make sure that people become so frightened that they can't get out of their homes. I received one of such messages, and I'm going to read it out here so that we all see the kind of tactics that they are bringing out. Once you see them already doing this kind of thing, you know that they are confused because they appear right now not to be understanding the strategy that is going to be used by those who have refused to be ruled by a picture. So they don't know what strategy they are taking. You must have observed Maurice Kamtos has mainly been quiet for the most part, and that silence appears to be sending the regime mad, because they were expecting him at Tanganji, Ngongo, Chantal Bia, Galaxy Toga, all of them. They were expecting that Maurice Kamtos was going to scream and say everybody onto the streets, so that they should come out and shoot a number of people immediately, capture Maurice Kamtos and throw in jail, so that everybody will run away, and then they are assured that they have the avenue open before them, that the boulevard is wide open before them to do what they want to do. But his silence is making them tick. And don't forget, why he's been silent, there is one Zumanto on social media who has kept saying Plan B is being activated. And what is that Plan B? La République du Cameroon does not know. And this is creating an atmosphere of confusion, an atmosphere of anxiety, and an atmosphere of fear. You should know this. I had a chance this day, earlier in the day, to read reactions after the venerated man of law, Barrister Akere Muna, went to the Constitutional Council to petition that Paul Biya's candidature needs to be thrown out, because, to his understanding, Paul Biya is fully incapacitated and is now ruling the country by proxy. And he quoted the sections of the law that indicate very clearly that anyone found in that kind of situation cannot be candidate. But of course, you and I know very clearly the fate of that lawsuit, or the fate of that petition. Clement Atangana's name is irrecevable. That's his real name, irrecevable. Now, no, we cannot receive this. This, what you have dropped here, does not make any sense, and so it's thrown out. But again, another strategy they use is they simply declare themselves incompetent, and that is the Constitutional Council, the highest. But when they declare that they are incompetent to hear such a matter, they're simply telling you the only person that can handle this is God. And so I've heard a good lot of people in La République du Cameroun saying the ballot box has demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that it cannot provide any solution to the problems that they are facing. And then they are saying elsewhere, in such circumstances, it is the ballot box that resolves the issue. Whichever way they will go, I don't know. What concerns me is the safety of the people of the Southern Cameroons and the actions that we are preparing to take to make sure that we safeguard homeland, to make sure that we send them, the authors of confusion, out of our land, away with their confusion. So I heard Akeremuna say, it is not going to be superfluous to imagine a day. You hear what I'm saying? Let me see exactly what he said. This is what he said, that on October 12th, a Cameroonian will take the ballot of the CPDM and vote for someone he hasn't seen. Vote for someone he hasn't seen in months. This is Barrister Kerimuna talking. And this is after he went out there to the National Constitutional Council and came away from there. Of course, while he's awaiting the verdict, I think disillusionment has already taken the better part of him, because that's exactly how it always ends. And so, my people, let me go to that track and I will end this communication. I don't intend it to be long. We have to be really brief so that when you share this message to our brothers and sisters in uniform, serving with the armed forces of La République du Cameroun, all branches put together, they should not say it's too long, I don't have time to watch or listen to. So this text says, good afternoon to you all. This information is very important and I hope you take it seriously. And it says, there is something happening at the big house in Cameroon now, starting today. And I call on everyone to be very careful. Consider the following, please. Now, there is something happening at the big house beginning today. When there is something that's going to happen, it doesn't happen beginning someday. It happens immediately. Those are actions that are surgical. They happen immediately. So when you hear someone say, beginning today, take note. Know that this is fear-mongering. Wants to instill fear in the minds of the people and wants to frighten the people off the streets because they don't know what is being planned and what is in the offing. And he says, number one, don't keep late nights. Number two, no matter the town where you are, don't get involved with discussions concerning politics. Hear that. At the time where they are talking politics, at the time where there will be political campaigns for the election of a president, they tell you that no matter the town where you are, don't get involved with discussions concerning politics. Do you get that? Amazing, isn't it? These are the same tactics they have used year in, year out to confuse and derail the people so that they will be frightened, go into their shelves, go under their beds, and allow them to do the things that they are so accustomed to doing their favorite sport, which is maintaining themselves in power and continuing to enforce poverty, misery, and suffering on our people. Number three says, if a military man visits your house for questioning, know that they have a device on them to record what you are saying. Of course, this goes without saying. That's trying to force through an open door. Say this goes even at checkpoints. Number four, churches should do more to follow up their members now and always find out who is missing. Number five, avoid gatherings of more than 5 people for over 20 minutes except church gatherings. Did you hear that? Avoid gatherings of more than 5 people for over 20 minutes. So this is to tell you that they don't want people to gather, to organize themselves, and to stop the stupid thing that they're about to do there. This has nothing to do with protecting your security. It has more to do with instilling fear, trembling in you, to terrorize your mind, to disorganize your thoughts, so that they should go ahead and have their way. And then he says, 6, before you travel or go out of your home, tell someone and tell them the exact place and the purpose you are going there for. If you should move from there to some other place, send them a message to create a tracking system. Reconcile and make peace now with those you have issues. I mean now, including God. Oh, really? Like seriously? Okay. Pastors, be mindful of extended meeting time, including Sunday meetings. Make them brief, because they don't want the pastors to preach to the people the truth about the need for justice, not vain peace, not sterile peace, not stupidity. And then they say, avoid pleasure trips these days until things become calm. Oh, he said something is happening at the big house beginning today, and you say again that things become calm. I don't even know what this person is talking about. And last, he says, let's pray for our country, Cameroon, now more than ever before. My dear people, you receive this nonsense, trash it. I have one piece of advice for the people of the southern Cameroons, aka Ambazonia. Don't join the citizens of La République du Cameroun in anything that they are doing. They are on their own. We should be keeping our energy, mobilizing all our efforts and our resources to ensure that we act right when the time comes. That is why I'm seizing this moment to extend this very important message that you should share to our brothers and sisters who are serving with the armed forces of La République du Cameroun. Be them police, be them gendarme, be them be them presidential guard, be them special forces, be them GPING, be them GPIC, be them GSO, be them DGRO, anything, share with them. I want them to understand that the time to mobilize is now. Success happens when opportunity meets preparation. We, the civilian population, our untrained freedom fighters, have put in a lot all these 8 years to hold the forte. The time for them to come in now and help us finish the race has come. And this is the message we must tell them. You listen to me. If they don't have time to listen to this message, you call them, talk to them. You have family members in the armed forces of La République du Cameroun, reach out to them. Tell them, avoid allowing yourselves to be sacrificed in battles that cannot benefit you, because the factions are going to be too many out there in La République du Cameroun. Don't join any of them. Rather, come back home, fall back home, and fight for something that will be extremely beneficial, not only for you, but for generations upon generations of southern Cameroons to come. I want to thank all of you who took time to be part of this broadcast, and I urge you to share this message as much as you can. And again, if it touches your heart, make a contribution. Use amberrelief2018@gmail.com for both PayPal and for Zelle. My dear brothers and sisters, we cannot go to bed when our roof is on fire. Only a madman does that. Thank you for your kind attention.